So I am going on a trip soon in which I am bringing my 3DS with me on the plane because I just feel like it's the perfect little portable device for this kind of stuff. And I really want to show you what I put on this thing. Also, if you saw my video last week, the Nintendo DS carrying case bowling bag arrived. But here is the little bowling bag, and it's so cute. It's a lot bigger than I thought it would be, but at the same time it is supposed to hold your DS. We're taking a quick little side quest here before I do anything. But yeah, the DS Lite just kind of fits right in there. But I feel like if I take the case off of this, I might be able to use this. This new 3DS I do use sometimes. I feel like between the orange new 2DS and this one, I swap between them the most because just look how cute this is. I wanted this one growing up. I feel like if I tried hard enough, I could shove this in there. Poking out a bit at the end there, but it fit in there. It's stretching it out a lot, but it fit in there. And also the seller was nice enough to include like styluses and a game card case. And you could never go wrong with that, especially because of the new 2DS stylus. This case alone might give me more of a reason to switch back to the small new 3DS. This is also a contender for my main console. I feel like I like these two equally, to be honest with you. This one entirely because its design, I just feel like this is the nicest looking 3DS we ever got. I love the bumpers and the customizability. Like, I feel like I've talked about this one already in my handheld video, but these faceplates, like, these are just so cool. The fact that you can still buy custom faceplates on like Etsy or something is just amazing to me. And also this one's just so cute. I might show you what's on this one too, just because I often swap between these two. So there you go. But this one right here is the main 3DS that I use the most. This is the white and orange new 2DS XL. I have a sticker of an orange cat right there because I have an orange cat in real life. His name is Panko. He went viral on Instagram one time and it was a little terrifying. And I have this sticky patch of a butterfly. There's no real reason. Besides that, I pretty much kept it clean. I bought this 2DS secondhand. However, it was in very, very good condition. And I just really wanted a 2DS in my collection because this is interesting to me. I probably said this in my handheld collection video, but I really like how modern the 2DS looks. I think it's a really interesting glimpse into a world where Nintendo didn't abandon having a home console and a handheld device. Because if you don't know, this came out a little bit after the Switch, I believe. And I think it was just to get rid of like 3DS parts and stuff while also keeping it there in case the Switch flopped, just like the Wii U. But this console to me has that like very modern Nintendo feel, which is really interesting because the 3DS itself is pretty old. I feel like you look at the original 3DS and you're just like, oh yeah, you can tell it's like probably a little dated. I mean, it still looks really nice, but it does feel like it's from an era, and the 2DS just doesn't give that off, at least not yet to me. It still looks like it can be right next to the Switch, which it was, but you know what I mean? Like, it's no longer supported, but it looks like it could be. But anyway, enough about me rambling. Let me show you what is on this thing. So I gave it a very orangey painting-like background. I saw it on the themes website. I don't really remember what it's called though, so you'd probably have to dig for it. But I most likely just searched orange and it showed up eventually. My favorite color is orange, so I like me some orange. I have a lot of games on here. I do have my physical games as well, but sometimes when I travel, I like to load the games digitally, and then if you have a modded 3DS, you can drop like your cartridge saves onto the digital version of it. And so I do that a lot of the time, which is why there are 2 copies of Ever Oasis. Let's ignore that for now. I have a modded 3DS, so you're gonna see some like interesting things right there that we won't cover. I'll show you the games, I guess. Ever Oasis. This was definitely a really good time killer. I think that it's definitely one of those games that I expected Nintendo to re-release for the Switch at the end of its life, now that the Switch 2 is coming out. Maybe they still will. Maybe they'll do like a sequel for the Switch 2. I don't really know. I feel like Ever Oasis never got that time to shine though. So I definitely think people should check this out, especially because later 3DS games also give that modern Nintendo charm that I mentioned earlier. Like Ever Oasis and this console, perfect. I really like this game, to be honest. Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn. I really liked Kirby's Epic Yarn on the Wii. I never actually owned it. It was always a game that my friends owned, and so I'd play it with them. I kind of like it on the 3DS, to be honest. I do think it should have been on the Switch though, but that's just my personal take. Luigi's Mansion. Can never go wrong with it. Star Fox 64 3D. I like me some Star Fox, that's for sure. Monster Hunter Generations and Monster Hunter Stories and Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I really like the portable Monster Hunter games. I have physical cartridges of Generations and 4, but I always would get really into the 3DS Monster Hunter games, but then I'd like drop it pretty quickly, and I've been really into Wild, so it's kind of made me want to go back to Generations and 4 a lot. Also, I think that Monster Hunter games on the 3DS just looked really good for the time. I was always wanting to play Monster Hunter when I was younger, but I was like, oh, maybe it's too mature for me because I was a little baby, but now I like it, so. Minecraft is honestly pretty underrated on the 3DS. Now, it's not good. It's not good at all. But if you're truly bored and you have your 3DS laying around and you're like, oh, I don't know what to play. I have millions of games and I never know what to play, because I feel like we've all been there if you have a modded 3DS. Minecraft is just one of those games on the 3DS where it feels, if you played Pocket Edition Lite on like an iPod Touch when that was a thing, that's what this feels like to me. I definitely have some worlds on here. I have all 3 3DS Cooking Mama games because I had a Cooking Mama phase and I really enjoy Cooking Mama. It's also another one of those games where you're just like, you don't know what to play, so I'm just gonna play some Cooking Mama. Pushmo. Whatever happened to Pushmo? I feel like Pushmo came back at some point, or maybe it didn't and I'm delusional because I like me some Pushmo. But Pushmo's a really good puzzle game. Pocket Jockey. I've never played this. I just know people always say that it's good and underrated, so maybe I'll play this too. Rhythm Thief. I love me some rhythm games. Goated. Convenient Dream. It's like convenience store, but it's cut off. Honestly, I just really wanted like a business management sim on the 3DS, and people were always writing on Reddit just saying, oh yeah, this game, it's all right. I don't hate it. Fantasy Life. I'm one of the people that is very upset that Fantasy Life 2 got delayed, but I'm hoping that means that when it comes out, it will look a lot nicer and polished and everything, and maybe I'll play it on my Steam Deck instead. But Fantasy Life 1 is very, very good. I love this game. Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. I really liked the original Superstar Saga. This was just out of nostalgia, to be honest with you. Project Mirai. I am a Project Diva defender. I love the Project Diva games. They were one of my first favorite rhythm games. This is very good. This is before I had any like Sony console to play the Project Diva games. I played Project Mirai. Oops. Very, very, very good game. It definitely like quenched the need to have a PS Vita at the time, and I still play it every now and then. I love it. This is a fashion game that I don't remember the name of, and it doesn't show up, but I remember people saying that it's similar to the Style Savvy games, and I've just yet to open it, so it's just right there. Style Savvy, Styling Star. We love Style Savvy games here. We also have Fashion Forward. not trendsetters because I have it physical, and fashion forward is my personal favorite. So I just leave those two on there. Styling Star is just because it's like the newer one, but I prefer fashion forward. Style Savvy, unironically, like one of the best business management simulators that I've ever played. Super addicting, and I've yet to find a newer game that really captures the feeling of these games, which is kind of disappointing. I mean, you'd think someone would make like a spiritual successor that's not really a spiritual successor. You know what I mean? Like those kinds of fan games, but they're not fan games. They're pretty fun. I like them. Sanrio Picross and Pokemon Picross, and also regular. Oh wait, that's crosswords. Puzzle games are really fun. I feel like you can't go wrong with puzzle games, especially on like road trips and flights and oh lord, oh my gosh. And just other things like that, you know. We all need some good puzzle games every now and then. Pokemon Rumble Blast, I used to play this when I was younger. I haven't touched it in a minute, to be honest, but I really like the toy art style. I remember they did a mobile game. I think it was like a board game, and I think they had like the similar toy style. I don't remember what it was called, but I like the little toy Pokemons. They're cute. Metroid Samus Returns. You know we like Metroid. Yokai Watch. I actually have yet to play this as well. This was just another one of those... Yokai Watch is another one of those games where I haven't played it, but I know it will be a banger once I do. I just haven't gotten around to it because so many freaking games came out this year. But I will come back for Yokai Watch one day. Cut the Rope. This is, again, another one of those weird puzzle games where I was just like, you know what? I love little puzzle games, so I'm gonna play it. And I was obsessed with Cut the Rope when I was younger on my little iPod Touch. So there's that for you. Hello Kitty Magic Apron. I will not lie. I'm not big on Sanrio characters. I know, shocker. But I saw that this was like rhythm game cooking mama with Hello Kitty, and I was like, oh, that sounds awesome. And then I remembered, oh, this is a baby game, so it's honestly not super fun, but I like the idea of it. Anyway. Yoshi's Woolly World, when the original came out, I kind of thought that it was just trying to capitalize off of the Kirby's Epic Yarn stuff. I know now that it's the same people, but I was like, oh, well, it's a little too similar for me, and so I never played it, and I still have yet to play it, but I will get to it. I'll get to it. Now hear me out. I know we all hated Federation Force. I understand it was such a shitty, stupid time to release this garbage. But I have a take. Okay? My take is that now that Metroid, and especially Metroid Prime, are in a much better standing, now that we're getting 4, you know, and Dread was a banger, I need you to hear me out, because I need more people to agree with me on this. If Nintendo like locked in a little bit, maybe make this like a DLC, maybe an add-on, maybe even just another spin-off, right? When Prime 4 comes out, we get not exactly Federation Force, right? Hear me out. Don't dislike the video yet. We get like another co-op another co-op Metroid Prime game where we do play as one of the Federation members, but get rid of the little bobblehead style, drop in the actual like Metroid Prime art style, freshen up the gameplay, you know, maybe add like a little voice chat or something. And I feel like Federation Force could be a really good idea. I'm one of those people where I really, really like the idea of being thrown into a world but not as exactly the main character, just to kind of see like what do these background characters do out when the main character is out doing shit, right? And so the idea of Federation Force was just so interesting to me. I was like, hell yeah, I want to be a freaking Federation Force soldier. Get me in there. Let me do all the side quests while Samus does actual shit. And I'm gonna be real with you. I like this game. Now, I like it now, right? And I really, really feel like a co-op Metroid Prime experience in the same vein. Like, hell, even make your character customizable or something. Maybe even just make it so where you can customize your armor and do a bunch of cool shit. I just think it would be so fun to play a game like this with friends on the big screen with better controls, not playing on a slab, with a real controller, real pretty Metroid Prime graphics. I just think like, you can't go wrong anymore with this game. If it was released now and not after Other M on the Switch, like, hell yeah! I really, really want this game, or at least its concept, to make a comeback. It would be so fun, you know? Like, booting up Metroid Prime 4 and you see a whole other side thing. It's completely separate to the campaign. It's just there for shits and giggles. And you're like, oh, what's this? Federation Force, but better? Hell yeah. Oh lord. If you do this and then you can drop in like the Metroid Prime Hunters gameplay, like it would be so much fun. Now, I think I'm just daydreaming. I don't think Prime 4 will even have a mention of Federation Force besides like the Silux cutscene at the end. I want to come back. I want redemption for this game. We're gonna move on. We have Ironfall Invasion. I believe this game recently re-released on the Switch in HD. But I remember when this came out, and I was playing the shit out of this game online. I even brought my DS to school, and I was playing Ironfall. And I remember someone looked at me. I think it was in high school when I like rediscovered this game. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna play this game for shits and giggles. And I brought my 3DS to school, and they were like, what is this fake ass Gears of War that you're looking at? And I was like, you know what? Yes, but it's on the 3DS, and that makes it cool. That makes it so cool. To me, anyway. I thought this game was pretty fun. I was really shit at the online, but I thought it was really fun. We got Metroid Prime Hunters, because I love this game. Mario Kart 7, of course. How can you have a 3DS? How can you have a Nintendo console and not have Mario Kart on it? Final Fantasy Explorers, I haven't played this one either, but I'm really looking forward to once I finally get around to playing all these games. Art Academy and Pokemon Art Academy. I am an artist, and sometimes when you have art block, you want to draw, but you don't want to think about it. And I think going back to like the basics, especially if you're doing it in a weird way like this, is really, really fun. Metroid Prime Pinball. I actually really like this game too. I love me some pinball. And Flipnote Studio. Again, sometimes I just want to make weird stuff. Gotta put that in there. Pokemon Ultra Sun. I never played Ultra Sun, but I did play Sun. And that was, in my opinion, because I can feel the comments, in my opinion, Pokemon Sun is my favorite game. And I'm a little biased because I am a big fan of the island setting. I just absolutely loved like the fashion in that game. I loved the setting. I loved the starters. Just the whole environment and vibe made it my favorite to play. I feel like I had a smile on my face playing the entirety of Pokemon Sun, and it's been so long since I've played Sun that I thought I'd play Ultra Sun. Have I touched it yet? No, but I'll get to it. River City Rival Showdown. I really like River City games. I think they're a lot of fun, especially when I just feel like spamming buttons and not clicking anything, and then sometimes I actually have to lock in. Driver Renegade. I really like racing games, and I really wanted to find a decent racing game on the 3DS because I feel like outside of kart racers, you never know. But this one's not too bad. I like this one. Detective Pikachu. Back when Detective Pikachu was like a fun little concept, and I remember when people were begging Danny DeVito to be Detective Pikachu. I really wish that the sequel to the movie got made and that the sequel to this game was better, but you can't win them all, I guess. Last game on here is Story of Seasons, Trio of Towns. I have yet to play this because I was torn on this or Rune Factory, and I ended up playing Rune Factory, so I have yet to touch it. But you know what? I have yet to touch a lot of things on here. I've already gone through my physical game collection where I go over everything on here. So if you are interested in that, that is on my channel. But here's like a quick little flip through of my physical 3DS games. I have a lot more DS games. Oh boy, do I have a lot more DS games. But yeah, I'm thinking about dropping a few more games on here from my physical game collection, like Fire Emblem Echoes, because this is my favorite Fire Emblem game of all time. This might be one of my comfort games, to be honest with you. It is very good. But yeah, there's all of that. But that is the main 3DS. I will be taking this one with me to travel, but I do still want to show you this one because I use it a lot as well. And to be honest with you, I'm still kind of torn on which one I want to bring with me. But I know there's literally not a difference, and it's just going to be a few hours out of my day, so it does not matter too much. Oh, don't look over there. Here is the new 3DS in all of its cutesy glory. I really enjoyed the pink and white theme that I had going on, so I felt like I had to keep it, especially in the wallpaper. I'm just such a big fan of the design of this one. It's so nice, and I love it. And the stylus is still long, so, you know, no problems here. I did buy this one pre-modded. The other ones I've all modded myself. It was mostly because this was the only one I could find in good condition, and it would have saved me a few hours anyway. But I did get this on Etsy from someone who does sell modded 3DSs, so that's cool. But yeah, a lot of the games are very similar, like Mario Kart, Detective Pikachu, Fantasy Life, Metroid. I have the original Story of Seasons on here. I have Taiko on here. Taiko is the kind of rhythm game that I cannot lock in on, no matter how hard I try, but I still have fun when I play it. Monster Hunter. I actually started playing Monster Hunter 4 on this one. I like that quite a bit. I do have some PlayStation 1 games on here, so I do have Parappa and Jammerlammy. I also have Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, because if you did not know, new 3DS consoles can run PS1 games, and I think that's really cool. Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix, good ass game. Monster Hunter Stories, Ghost Trick, another good ass game. Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask. Guruman 3D. I remember I downloaded this game because I was really looking for underrated 3DS games, and I have yet to play this one as well. Kirby Planet Robobot, real ass game. Faerun and Faerun 2 are actually really good. I remember I played Faerun on my iPod because there was an app version of this game laid out like a little Game Boy with a D-pad, buttons, and I loved it. And when I found out there was a 3DS version, I was like, oh hell yeah, so I played it. And then I played Faerun 2. Both of these games I bought when I was younger, whenever they came out. And I love these games. I think they're super underrated. If you don't know what these games are, they're like original Zelda kind of games, 2D Zelda type of games. And I believe they're making more, which I have yet to check out, but it's by the creators of Kamiko. If you remember the Nintendo Switch launch days where everyone was looking for something to play, it was one of those games. And I believe the protagonist of this game is also in Kamiko, which is probably why I played it. But yeah, there is those. Metroid Prime Pinball. Hey Pikmin. This sure is a game. Minecraft. Earthbound. We got the DS homebrew version of Minecraft because I was curious. We have Quake on here. Yes, we do. Box Boy. Moon Chronicles. This is also another good ass game. Something about first-person shooters on the 3DS, or just any shooter in general, it was surprisingly good. And I think it was just because of the amount of effort you can see that was put into everything. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. I love Shantae. great games. We got the modded version of Mario Kart 7, Super Smash Brothers, because this is the game that got me into gaming, really. Flappy Bird, we move on. Pokemon Art Academy, Wario Land 4, Cooking Mama, Gardening Mama. I actually haven't played this one. I know this one got bad reviews, but I'm curious about it. We got the Club Penguin DS game, because hell yeah. My Fashion Studio, this was also another fashion game that I was obsessed with growing up. Magician's Quest Mysterious Times. If you don't know anything about this game, it's basically Animal Crossing with wizards and magic and whimsy. And I love it. I love it so much. Physical copies are super expensive and hard to find, but I love this game. Mario and Luigi, the original Gardening Mama, Spider-Man Edge of Time, because this was on the 3DS too, and I loved it. The original Style Savvy, goated. F-Zero, goated. Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, goated. Donkey Kong Country, hell yeah. Mario vs. Donkey Kong, I actually have not played that one. Fire Emblem Sacred Stones, real ass game. Yokai Watch, Mario and Luigi Dream Team, I actually have not played this one yet. Excite Bike, Zelda Minish Cap, Pushmo, Dragon Quest 2, Star Fox 3D, Wade Hickson's Counter Punch. It's just Punch Out, but with a fun art style, and I love this as well. Pokemon Ultra Sun, Super Mario 64. This one's kind of a 3DS port, homebrew port kind of thing. I think it's neat. Xenoblade 3D. I've played Xenoblade 3D on the new 3DS XL. I've yet to play it on this little one. I feel like it would hurt my hands a little bit more. Kirby's Adventure, Rage of the Gladiator. This one's really underrated. I think this is a cool ass game. Oh my gosh, I forgot about this. What are you called? EX Troopers. I don't remember if that's like the actual name or if that's like a subtitle, but this is a very stylized, cel-shaded type third-person shooter, and it plays so good. I wish this got an English port. Maybe it did by now. I don't know. I haven't heard about it in a minute, but that is a really good game. Halo CE revamped. It's kind of just the Quake port with Halo on top of it, but I think that's cool. Quake 2, Samus Returns, Pokemon Black, Fire Emblem Awakening, great game. Space Channel 5 for the Game Boy Advance. It's crusty, but it's fun. Disney Magical World 2. I was just kind of looking for a more like Animal Crossing-ish, cozy 3DS games. I think this one's more of like the cozy handheld. I mean, you can tell by a lot of the games that this was really my main 3DS for a long time, but I think now this is more like the cozy casual, and then this is like if I really want to lock in with stuff. But oh well. Metroid Prime Hunters, and I think that's it. Oh yeah, all the other games on here already came with the console when I got it, but a lot of bangers still, like a lot of the Mario and the Zelda games. A lot of fun right there. But I believe that that is it. Did this... Oh wait, I forgot Sims 3 was on there too. I don't think this made my decision any easier on which one I'm actually bringing with me, but I'm gonna try to stick with the 2DS. But now you know that these two are my favorites. And of course I'll give you another look at my other handhelds, or my other DSs anyway. Like this was the childhood one. This one has a lot of old pictures and stuff on it from when I was a kid. This one I mostly use for my physical games, so it doesn't really have anything on it, but this was also a childhood one. And then the DSi XL, the GOAT, mostly for my physical DS games. But yeah, thanks for watching this little video. I hope you had fun today. I hope your day is going great, and that if you were doing chores while watching this video, you got them all done. If you were drawing during this video, I hope your drawing turned out good, and if you were eating, I hope your meal was delicious. I will see you guys next week for another video, so bye-bye!